Alrighty, so this presentation is about how Utah should switch to only hydroelectric energy. Hydro plant, hydropower plants work by being built by a near high up water source and making it into a reservoir. And the gravity of it being high up gives it momentum and forces it through a turbine, which is connected to a generator, and then it just flows out um, like a normal river afterwards.
Alrighty. So, the resources we need for a hydroelectric plant is a reliable water source like a river or a stream with constant water flow and an elevation drop so that, like Turner said, that can spin the turbine. Infrastructure like dams, turbines, generators, and transmission lines are also needed to transfer the water into energy.
All right. So as for the costs, production per kilowatt hour is quite cheap for hydroelectric energy. As you can see, it's only about 1 cent per kilowatt hour as compared to the average energy source, such as coal, that is about 0.065 cents an hour. So it's about one-sixth as cheap. Also, building the plants is pretty cheap too, because depending on the size, they can cost about 10 million, while other plants average at about 100 million. Um, the only environmental costs are that they can block rivers, which can mess up a natural community that need that water to live. And then also the upkeep costs are pretty cheap too, because yeah, I don't know, large dams they just need to be cleaned pretty much, and that's it.
Hello. We're going to talk about the pros and cons. So some of the pros are it's very renewable and very clean, so it doesn't have any form of it doesn't um, no carbon dioxide leaks or anything like that, and it's very reliable to use as energy in places with water. So if there's a reservoir or there's a river in an area they said, it's very easy for it to be a main source of energy, and it's very low maintenance. So once you build it, it's not going to take a lot of people to keep it running. It's pretty easy because it's just the flow of water they use it, and it can also be used as flood control and irrigation and even like tourism, like the Hoover Dam. Some of the cons are it can disrupt ecosystems, so that's why I would do it in a less populated ecosystem, like a stream or like a river that doesn't have a ton of animals. It has very high upfront costs, but it still has very low maintenance costs, so it kind of evens out. And if you don't have water in the area, you can't really build it. And natural disasters can make it cost a lot of money, but it still is not a ton of maintenance, so it's very easy to just kind of leave it and it will generate electricity without a ton of maintenance.
Hydropower is almost completely renewable. It only depends on how much water is flowing the um, through the river system that the hydropower plant is connected to. Um, it has far less greenhouse gases than fossil fuels or coal, um, and it is much more sustainable than almost any other um, sustainable and consistent compared to any other energy source.